want you to get to Gorilla Nirvana, that feeling where you go into the gym, you move weight around, and you feel really powerful without a care in the world because you're not focused on your thoughts, but you're living in your body. And I know you can get here even without years of weightlifting experience, so long as you're willing to look for the right things and apply a little bit of patience. I like to think about the parallels in art and fitness, and a lot of authors and artists claim to get into the flow state and to do their best work and have these positive sensations so long as they sit themselves down at their workstation and they're relaxed and they let the work flow through them with movement. And it's the exact same thing in fitness. So today I want to provide the circumstances and the environment that I use to best get into this scenario so that you might mirror it for yourself or tweak some of it to find the best success. So I like to think of the internal and the external factors for this. Internally, I want to be as relaxed as I can. So typically I know what my routine looks like. I don't want to be in my brain and I'm more in my body. So I'm not worried about if I'm doing an exercise right. I like to have that level of baseline awareness so that I can get into mind muscle connection, so that I can focus on my breath work and have all of the actions become a little bit more automatic. So I always remember that it's not something that happens for me best when I am lifting the weights. I'm still aware of my body while I'm doing so, but it usually happens during my breath work after my sets. So focus on the time between your sets in particular. And this time is really important. So you don't want to be confused by all of the things that are happening externally. If going on your phone influences you or you're looking around and it influences you, I encourage you to try to wear a hat and just kind of be like zoned out in a certain point. I like to look at a spot on the weight rack or even the ground or even in the mirror and just focus on myself. If you do so, it's easier to even get in this state with good music because you can remain as internal as possible where you have some amount of control over that environment. And some of the other things you might need to tinker with are the rep range and the weights. I like to lift heavy at about 8 to 12 reps for anywhere from 3 to 4 sets, but you really might need to do 15 to 20 or maybe even 5 sets because again, it takes a little bit of patience. It usually happens in those later sets for me. It's not going to happen every single time you go to the gym, and it's probably not going to happen within the first month of going to the gym, but so long as you are paying attention to it and you are focused on yourself, it's more likely than not that you're able to get into the runner's high from lifting weights. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.